All right, everyone. This is Have No Pity, and welcome to game number 1 of a best of 3 for the round 2 of the RD2L playoffs. This is going to be Nigmas with Attitude versus User Friendly. Game number 1. After a little bit of a delay, we're finally loaded in. And I am casting here with Dragon, who's going to be my co-caster. I know her pretty well. Yes, so here we go for game number 1 with beautiful pings coming out from Ice Cube. Running Bear. Yes, so we're into the draft now. I casted NWA last week. It was quite a good game. I think they did pretty well against their opponents. With, I believe, push strats was what they majorly focused on.
First man Slark, has that been a thing, or is that just somebody that user-friendly likes to play in your
So there's the bans like that in this league tend to be either people that the team just hates playing against for, maybe no real reason, or they've done the scouting. I'm guessing they've done the scouting. Both teams probably have done the scouting. So we see a Slark and a Doom ban. Those are kind of abnormal. And that leaves a lot of really good heroes in the pool. User-friendly picks Nyx first. I have not seen that in a long time.
Bristleback does not come as any surprise.
No, he's really strong right now. Yeah, these guys are setting up for usually Bristleback. He can off-lane or tri-lane pretty well either. So we'll see what they do with him.
Yeah, and Nick also pretty versatile.
Pretty versatile. I assume he'll be a support Nyx, unless there's some reason to play him in the mid. NWA thinking about this second pick. They've already tipped their hand with the Bristleback a little bit, so I assume they're going to pick up a support here, but I'm not sure. Let me check the stream real quick to make sure it's working. Oh, can you pull up the Twitch stream and just make sure it sounds all right? And that would be really helpful.
Yeah, no problem.
There should be a 2-minute delay. If there's no delay, let me know. Oh, I hear myself doing the intro.
We're good.
Okay, just check your sound levels compared to mine, because a lot of times I have trouble with co-broadcasters. So they're taking a lot of time for this second pick. I don't know what they're discussing. If I were them, yeah, I was going to say I'd just take an easy support, and that's what they do with the Crystal Maiden. And we see the Timbersaw pick up. He is a super strong offlaner. Just a pain to deal with.
So I checked the sound levels. I don't think anything I'm saying can be heard.
Really? You're loud in my ear.
I'll check again.
Okay.
10 seconds to go.
I can turn you up even more and just like deafen myself.
5 seconds. Reserve time.
So in the reserve time now for the ban, which is kind of surprising. There's a million heroes out to ban. I mean, they could ban the Death Prophet, they could ban the OD, they could ban Viper, they could ban just about anything here. If I were them, I'd be banning something like a Venomancer, because the tri-lane Crystal Main Veno Bristleback would be painful. Death Prophet is the ban, so really solid mid-pushing hero, creates a lot of space for the Bristleback, and a good mid-game fighter, which is what you're going to want to do with a hero like Bristleback.
Radiance ban.
And then we see the Dazzle ban. This is a little strange. Can you not hear yourself?
I'm just a lot quieter than you are. I
Okay.
think I'm hearable, but just much quieter.
All right, I turned you up, so...
Okay.
10 seconds to go.
So the problem is if I make you too loud, like I can't hear myself think. So we see the Bristle ban, the Dazzle ban. This is interesting. He's a good hero, but he needs his levels, which makes him kind of difficult to support in a lane. I'm not really sure what they want to do with this. And we see the OD ban. That's much more traditional.
Yeah. They banned out 2 really strong mids.
Yep. So, and that makes sense, right? NWA doesn't have a mid hero, so I would ban against that. And they banned two mids that would have a lot of effect in the mid game and would tend to win their lane. So I think that's a good decision as well. They're trying to shut down the easy win for mid. We'll see if NWA goes with these random bans they've been doing.
That's what I was gonna say. The NWA bans do seem pretty random, and the UF ones are pretty standard. The exception of Luna. I don't know that I really often see a Luna ban that early, but maybe NWA really just likes to play Luna.
Yeah, it could be. We see the Lich ban, which that's a pretty traditional ban. And it's something that they could use, honestly.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
So I'm wondering what NWA is going to do here. If they're going to pick up a mid hero and try to solidify a strong mid position, or if they're going to continue with the supports and try to see what user friendly is going to do here.
I think it would be a little early to, pick up a mid hero.
Well, generally people tend not to, because if your mid gets countered, it really hurts you in the mid game. Because you kind of lose those ganks.
Weaver off lane or Bristleback off lane? What do you think?
I think Weaver off lane for sure. He's got better escapability. And I think they'd rather farm their Bristleback. Ooh, and we see the Tiny pick up. This is exciting. I love watching Tiny games. He's just this amazing snowball hero. If he starts to get stuff like his Ag Scepter up, it's just AC, yeah. Yes. So, kind of a different lineup coming out from user friendly. We'll see if they can pull it off. They still don't have a mid hero. I assume Tiny's going to be farming in the tri lane.
We'll see. Tiny could go mid.
Yeah, you can put Tiny mid for sure. Yeah. The Mirana. Okay, so now I expect Mirana mid with the Weaver in the off lane and the Bristleback farming. And this is actually a very strong thing. A lot of people have been really enjoying Mirana. Yeah, Wisp Tiny.
Alright.
You bring Tiny in, you stun, you toss, and you kill.
Well, I'm really interested to see what UF does with this lineup.
Yeah, I expect them to be pretty strong right when Wisp hits 6. They can start to roam the map. NWA is going to have to rely on good positioning, and they're a little bit more of a farmy lineup, although neither of these teams is a super farm-heavy lineup.
Yeah. So I'm being told apparently now I'm really hard to hear from
Really hard to hear. Okay, I turned you up some more, so hopefully it gets louder, but I don't know what to do. You're at like 98% volume. I don't know. I have this problem all the time. So they banned the Furion. This is a fine ban. The split push would have been difficult to deal with, and he would have laned really well. You'd put Nyx mid, Tiny Wisp laning, and Furion in the jungle, and then you'll get levels faster on that Wisp.
10 seconds to go.
And I assume user friendly is going to ban a support here. They banned an Abaddon. That's a great ban. Careful of breathing into your mic.
having lots of mic problems.
I know, I turned you up again. I can't figure it out. I need to figure out a better way to deal with Cocaster volume.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
So they only have 16 seconds left of bonus time. We're going to see a pick here soon. I really just think it's going to be a traditional support. They could go with a jungling hero.
10 seconds.
Enigma maybe, but I don't see a team fight lineup happening here.
5 seconds.
Shadow Shaman.
I was actually going to say that.
Yeah, it's a good laner, but
A little push towards.
Yeah, it gives them a little push, gives them great disable and crowd control. The problem is their Crystal Maiden and their Shadow Shaman both have short initiations, so it's going to be a little difficult if they're actually planning on aggressive trial landing to get that initial attack. I would have liked to see something like a Venomancer instead.
If there's any chance they're gonna dual lane.
10 seconds to go.
Oh, there's a chance for sure.
5 seconds.
I think it depends on what user-friendly picks here.
Reserve time.
Well, UF I think is offlane, Timbersaw. I don't know about the Nyx, and then maybe Tiny and Wisp together.
Yeah, Wisp and Tiny are definitely going to be together, I assume. Although you could Wisp mid and get fast levels on him.
Yeah.
He's going to be against the Mirana, so he's probably not going to die unless he gets hit by an arrow.
It amuses me that a Wisp can get hit by an arrow.
Yeah. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but
I feel like UF needs more late game. Maybe not needs, but
they have
I
it.
don't know. I guess Tiny can definitely go late game, but
Yeah, they have the damage out of Tiny, which is going to be scary once he gets his Ags up and some of his items like AC. But
yeah.
I assume they're going to hang their hat on a little bit of the mid game with the Timber,
ganking.
the ganking Timbersaw and the Wisp. I haven't seen a Wisp game in a while.
Gank too, obviously. I mean, Vendetta.
Yeah, for sure. Undying.
Well, he'll be quite annoying early game. There's not many heroes I hate leaning against more right at the start than Undying.
All right, so we have disconnects from everyone. I assume.
Maybe it's that patch.
Maybe it's the patch. We still have one person in the game.
Someone's dropped out like
I want to wait and see what happens. All right, new lobby up. Go to play, find lobbies, find my lobby and join it.
Alrighty. All I see is the one that's UF Toon Tamer.
Yep, that's the one. Join it.
That's the one. Alrighty.
And hop into my channel. Join channel next to me. Yeah. Oh.
This game is just ill-fated.
No kidding.
Still got all sorts of stuff going on in chat.
Of course. All right, so hopefully we're going to start up again real soon.
Yeah, hopefully. I'm really interested to see these lineups go up against each other.
Yeah, this should be interesting.
I mean, NWA's is pretty, I'd say more traditional. UF's is really interesting.
Yeah, Tiny's always fun to play against, or play with, or see in a game, I should say. Oh, I can't get my thing to work. All right, whatever. All right, so everyone, we are back. I'm actually going to leave in what just happened so that you guys, I don't have to redo the intro, but you guys saw the draft. We have a Tiny Wisp on the UF side, which should be interesting. Wait, a Storm Spirit? Was there a Storm Spirit pick that game?
No,
Tiny.
I don't see the Wisp
Tiny, don't you?
anymore. There was
That's-
a Wisp and an Undying, and now there's a Storm Spirit and a Mystery Hero.
They're going to have to remake. Oh man, this ill-fated game. I'm not going to say anything until the game actually starts. The storm should be an undying.
Better get ready.
Oh, interesting. Undying was a random.
All right, everyone. So, apologies for the delays. We have what looks like a 4-man gank train bottom. So let's introduce the teams. We have Toon Tamer playing the Timbersaw in the off lane for UF, user friendly. Vu Capella, the captain, playing the Wisp in the bottom lane. Assuming he's going to be with the Tiny and the Nyx. The Nyx is played by Caro. Tiny is played by SK Land. And finally, mid is going to be Spanking, playing the Storm Spirit. And then for NWA, we have Blackula, mid playing the Marana. We have Psych Tint, top playing the Weaver. Bottom, we have a tri-lane going on with Namgoose playing the Crystal Maiden and Justin, or we'll call him Hyde, playing the Shadow Shaman. And finally, the farming captain, Running Bear, playing the Bristleback. Apologies. So, looks like we might see action in the bottom, but it looks like they're just trying to contest the ward spot. Nothing's going to come out of it yet. We do see the Nyx rotating back around. He has not leveled anything yet, so he could get a Spike Carapace to escape if he needs it. Meanwhile, simple tri-lane farm going on. Running Bear working on getting those last hits. He should not have too much trouble. He can get a little bit harassed from Vu Capella, but the other two heroes are melee heroes. So this lineup should actually be pretty good for NWA.
Tri-lane versus tri-lane.
Tri-lane versus tri-lane. Haven't seen this since 6 point whatever. Meanwhile, mid, we have Blackula going up against Spanking. This lineup, honestly, I don't think it should go too one-sided either way. Both ranged heroes, both do a little bit of damage in the early game, Spanking with a little bit of escapability, but you'd like to see a gank on mid before the game gets too late, just because you don't want the Storm Spirit to free farm until level 6. And then top, we have Psych Tint off lane going up against this Timbersaw. Keeping the Timbersaw pretty low, but reactive armor is going to be his friend in this matchup. What are your thoughts about the matchup?
My thoughts.
Your thoughts.
Honestly, I'm fascinated by the sheer amount of heroes in the bottom lane. So mid, I agree with you. I think it's going to come down to a lot of player skill and maybe some... Oh, there's a missed arrow that just went out there. But both going to get away. Marana pops a mana pot. There's an invis rune that's just kind of been sitting top. Nobody warded up there.
Yeah, and neither has Bottle. I assume Storm's going to get Bottle because that's a pretty standard Storm thing. And actually, I think it's coming out to him right now, actually, on the courier, and it is. So, Rune's going to become much more important for him as the game progresses.
Well, Bottle also on the Dire courier coming out to the Marana.
And we can see if we take a look at the last hits, Running Bear is having a little bit of trouble in this lane. He only has 3 last hits, and he's actually working on denies. Meanwhile, the Tiny has 10, so he's going to be getting a little behind on the gold, unfortunately. His supports need to be a little more aggressive, I think.
And the Weaver with more than the Timbersaw, but that's not surprising at all for ranged versus not.
Yeah. We see mid, Storm's doing pretty well. Again, nothing crazy here. You'd like to see him keep pretty even, but again, this isn't the pros, so it doesn't matter that much. We see pinks coming out. They're trying to D-ward bottom, but they actually look like they missed the... oh, excuse me, that's a dire ward. So,
A lot of dire wards in the jungle here.
pinks coming out on the Nyx Assassin. Meanwhile, we still have... all right, now Running Bear's up to 8 last hits, so he's doing a little better. 14 on the Tiny still, so he's doing quite well. He's quite happy. Mid lane, we have a little bit of engagement. Blackula seems to be in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get a... Oh, he's able to disjoint the attack. Beautiful. And is able to invis and bottle up. Meanwhile, top rune is maybe going to go... Oh, the arrow misses.
Excellent dodge.
So Spanking is able to pick up the rune and come back mid. Crisis averted.
Not much going on bottom here. It's kind of everyone farming.
Yeah.
No first blood yet.
No first blood. You kind of... So, since it's try versus try, you'd expect it to happen down here, but NWA would be the team that should be initiating it, and it looks like UF is being pretty careful in this bottom lane. And Tiny Sun is going to break up anything that happens. Ooh?
Timbersaw just got a little bit low top. I was afraid for him for just a sec there, but he salved up and he's fine.
And he's trying to, I assume, rush mana boots. We get a pull mid on Blackula, but he is going to escape.
Yeah, it's hard with a Mirana as long as the mana's there for leap.
Yeah. And I don't believe she actually even used leap.
No, she didn't.
Nyx is trying to get a little bit out of the jungle here. He does a double pull through, which is good. And actually comes back and is able to kill that thing. So they're denying a little bit of experience to the lane down here. We see Storm doing quite well. 30 last hits compared to the 20 from Mirana mid. So he's playing quite well in the mid. We see a little bit of a lull here.
Level 6. Mirana's not. Oh, she is level 6. She didn't level her ult?
Yeah, some people do that.
Yeah.
She does come bottom, and they're going to spot her with this ward. So they know she's here, and they all back up. She has a haste.
Well, that's a... Okay, there's the ward that they see her, yeah.
She's going to...
It's dire wards, but then she did pass the radiant ward.
Ping comes out on her. She's going to come back mid, but there's no way she kills Spanking here. She gets pulled in. She might die. She might pay for this. No, she's got haste. She's going to get away.
And this Storm's last hit ratio over her is just he just continues to...
37 is like pretty good. That's over 6 yeah, that's 6 a minute. So he's doing quite well.
Still not much going on bottom. Ping's coming out, but nobody really wants to make the first aggressive move, I guess.
Yeah, and top we just see the farm battle going. We see Weaver at 31 compared to the 20.
Nyx in the jungle, I think, down at bottom.
Yeah, it's not a bad move. They know he's here. But again, the initiation range is going to be a problem. And Running Bear actually loops around and is not able to get him. But they are going to contest the pull, which is really good. They get another D ward down. This is great. So they see the dire D ward here. They're going to be able to get it. And they're going to get all this experience. It looks like the lane is not rotating in from UF. So they're just going to let this happen.
Yeah, they're just going to keep trying to get farm on their Tiny.
Tiny's doing pretty well. But this storm is taking off. This guy's last hitting is fantastic. And we do see an initiation here. We see Justin Timberlake is going to go down. And Running Bear might go down too as he gets a stun. But he's going to keep spamming Quill Spray. Everyone's going to get out. They're able to get a jump on the Shadow Shaman there. However, the ward's down, and Blackula's coming in. So he's got double damage rotating bottom.
Nope, going back mid.
Going back mid. He should rotate bottom with that, but... And I actually didn't see exactly what happened there, but I assume it was just slight mispositioning. We see an arrow go out. Miss.
Dodge.
This Storm Spirit continues to farm.
Still not too much going on top.
Well, let's take a look at net worth for a second. Storm Spirit at 3,500 compared to the closest is 2,800 from the Bristleback. So we see the stun come in. They're going on Namgoose. They actually toss SQ back. He gets stunned once, but it looks like he's going to be able to get out. They want to kill this Wisp, and I think they're going to get it. They get a freeze from Crystal Maiden, and she is able to get a kill. So 1-1 right now. Blackula's able to hit an arrow. He might get a kill here. It looks like Spanking's going to go down, and he does. That's huge.
That's huge for them. That just knocked the Storm Spirit down and the EXP per minute. He's now pretty well behind the Mirana just because of that.
Yeah, and that's big for Mirana because she wasn't doing well with the last hit, so that's going to be a big boost in gold for her. You can see she's able to get the phase boots out there.
Oh, Timbersaw just got his mana boots. That's great for highly mana-dependent hero.
Yes, he was rushing them actually. He went the energy booster before the boots actually. And you can see him going for a soul ring. So he's kind of staying in lane. We see Weaver is bottom now, trying to get a kill. I don't know if they know about this yet.
It looks like he's going to rotate out and maybe try to kill mid instead.
Yep, we see him pick up the regen mid. That's big. He's going to... Regen on a storm is really good because you can zip around with mana just coming back. We see a smoke come in, and Crystal Man's going to be first. He's going to get a freeze on Vocapella, but she's going to pay for this. Kenya's going to get in there and kill her. We see a stun come out. Mana burn comes out.
He's just too squishy to be in there alone.
Oh, and the orbs are going to hit her and kill her.
Slow.
Yep, there it goes.
Yep.
We do see...
Have brown boots.
She does have brown boots. So we see on the back end, just a little slow by NWA to get there. Weaver's in trouble. He gets pulled, but we do see the rocks come in, and he goes down. It's kind of awkward positioning from NWA for that fight. Kind of spread out a little bit. People were going in at different times. So back to farming. 48 last hits now for the Mirana. So she's heating up a little bit. She's got her phase boost and her Ring of Achilles, so that's good for her. Storm Spirit, meanwhile, with 1,000 gold. I actually don't know what he's going to go for. If he's going to go for the Orchid or if he's going to go for something else.
Orchid would be my guess.
Oh, man. One combo takes him down to half health, though. Oh, and the arrow hits. She might get him here.
Oh, he's going to die again. No.
Nope. Oh, he's going to get away. Too much mana, and she hit the arrow without having Star Storm.
That was really close for him, though.
It was, and she forces him out of lane, which is, slowing down his... Yeah. We see a Vanguard picked up the Bristleback. I like this. A lot of people hate Vanguard, but I think it's a great early game pickup. They need a little bit more survivability. There's a lot of action happening right now.
Yep.
We see mid getting pushed while bottom gets pushed, so UF under a little bit of pressure here. I thought that NWA is getting a little behind in the early game, but it looks like they're able to make it up a little bit right now. Bristleback so tanky.
I know. I was just thinking that. It was a little bit... It's like it tickles a little bit from those wisps.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, Timbersaw just went down.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, we see a missed arrow. I like that Blackula's trying these, though. She's got to try to slow down the storm, and she's doing an all right job.
Yeah, storms... It's hard. Especially with one who knows how to manage their mana and gets some runes.
Yes.
She's ahead of him still in XP per minute.
She's ahead?
Not by much. Yep.
Wow. All right, let's take a look at the overall graph. So you take a look at the XP graph. Radiant up by about 1,000, which is, kind kind of comes out in the wash, but gold, they're up by about 1,500. So slight gold advantage. I give that to last hits. It looks like Storm's doing really well. So nothing crazy yet. Honestly, 3-3.
Storm escapes again.
Oh, man. Blackula's trying. She needs one more person, but now she has her ult, so. And is that a man? Oh, that's an illusion rune. So illusion rune is going to be able to push this mid tower. I think she will if she's able to keep spanking off the lane. She should chuck out an arrow right now to keep him back. And that's exactly what she does. Oh, it misses, and she is able to get the last hit. Storm, though, zips in, and he's going to get a pull. Yeah, she's going to pay for it for sure. She tries to get him. Oh, she kills Storm first. Burst damage, able to take him down. That's big. And meanwhile, bottom lane, we see Tiny go down, and it looks like they might be able to get Vukapella. Whiffs does go down thanks to Quill Spray. TP him by Tutamir. He's going to try to, or whatever it is, Toon Tamer. But it's not going to be enough. We do see 4 down for NWA, so they're able to get all the supports, but they kill Tiny and Storm and keep their carry alive. So overall, not a great exchange here on NWA. They lose 1 extra support, but...
Let's take a look at the current kill deaths.
We see 3-2 for Wisp, which is a little strange, and then we see 2-0 for Ice Bristleback.
That's not good for the Radiant.
No, you don't want him picking up kills.
There's a haste rune that might get spotted out now by Dire.
Oh, but Storm's going to zip in here. He's going to try to get a kill here. They get the stun. They get the second stun. He's going to go down here.
Oh, and Timbersaw is going to die to the Mirana mid.
Well done. I did not see the mid kill, but the bottom kill was good. We see D-warding coming out. This is very good, and they're going to guard this haste rune for the Mirana, I assume. She just wants to get this last hit. Storm is rotating around, or excuse me, Wisp is rotating around. That's a long time to wait for that rune. You have to be really careful. But she is able to get it, so that's a nice bottle to have. Nice rune to have bottled. So we see top tower going on to Weaver, and actually they're leaving Weaver alone, which this is scary. I don't think they need to be careful with this. He's got 1,600 gold. I assume he's going to work straight to a Lincoln's, which would be really good for him here. And we do see the TP in from the Timbersaw top, so it's going to try to slow him down, but it's going to be tough. And actually, Weaver's trying to push towers and force a response. I like this. They're trying to force them out of lane. Mirana is going to arrow mid, going to not hit spanking. But still, the burst damage is going to be too much for him. And the zap, no, he's going to get away. Wiz comes in with Tiny, and this guy's just melted. Hyde is in trouble. Meanwhile, we see Mirana ultimate, and she's going to be able to get out, it looks like. She does chuck an arrow out and hit Wisp, but not going to be enough for a kill. She's got her haste up. She's thinking about trying to make something happen. A stun misses from Nyx to try to zone her out. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Tiny still just farming with Running Bear. The Weaver rotating down, trying to get a kill. Wisp running out, and he's going to try to kill this. I think he's going to be able to dive this. He has his time lapse up, but he chooses not to go. Pings immediately come out. He apparently was in range of the tower there. But the bugs are going to fly. They're going to see him, and they're going to be able to go in on this if they want. We have a pause come out.
Hey, I need to mute for a second.
Okay, mute away. So we see the pause come out. It looks like we're having some ping issues with the teams. This is going to be trouble for Tiny. I mean, they've got to go in here, and the positioning might not be good. They might be able to get a teleport in from Storm. They're going to have time to talk about it, though. And of course, ping issue is going to be a problem between US East and EU people. Weaver does go in, and this is going to be a lot of damage. He's going to have to... Oh, they kill him immediately. That was more damage than I thought they were going to do. They are going to be able to kill Tiny, though. Nyx's ultimate coming in. The arrow flies and misses. Storm pulls in and is able to get a kill on Hyde again. The Tiny damage is too much, but a great Crystal Maiden ultimate, but it's not enough. She dies too quickly. They able to take out the Wisp. Spanking's in trouble. He's going to zip out, but he's running out of mana, honestly. Arrow's going to be up in a second. Arrow is now up. Arrow comes out, hits him, and he goes down.
Wow, I missed a lot.
And wait, it's not over yet. And the last kill. Now you missed a lot. And that's why Bristleback is good. They should be able to get bottom tower for this. So we see...
He'll definitely get bottom tower.
Yeah, we see a little bit of an issue. Weaver dies almost immediately to the Tiny, which is just underestimating the amount of burst damage she can do. But Crystal Maiden able to create a little bit of space. She does end up going down, but
There goes
overall,
that tower.
we take a look at kill death again. 5 and 1 on Mirana, so a little bit of difficulty in the mid lane, but once the rotation started, she's been fantastic. Meanwhile, Storm 4 and 3 doing all right, but that's a lot of deaths for a mid hero. You don't want to see that.
Mirana
And
just picked up an Invis rune, or not, sorry, illusion in her bottle.
yep. Yeah, this is going pretty well. I assume that they're going to keep rotating here. I'd like to see them push down the at least one of the tier 2s, create a little more space on the map. Ice Cube's in trouble. He's farming way too far out, and there's no one with him. This is a terrible mistake. I don't know what he was thinking. We do see Mirana ult, though. I don't know if they have a... oh, they do have a Sentry Ward, so he's going to be in trouble. But he's so tanky. He might get away anyways.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the arrow comes in, hits Tiny, and he is going to escape. He actually chooses to turn around. She's going to try to get a kill here. Tiny should be able to kill him, and he does.
Tiny nonetheless. That's a big kill.
Blackula wants to get a kill here. She needs his supports to come in. Here come the supports. We see a Hex come out, but it's not going to be enough. A Blast comes out. Caro might go down, but not before the Shadow Shaman goes down. They're not going to be able to kill Two-Tamer in here, unless they have another freeze, which they're about to have, but they're actually choosing to back. Yeah, this is going to be hard. So,
I think it was a smart decision. I mean, he's too much escapability.
oh yeah, and that was a little bit aggressive on the Bristleback's part. I know what he was trying to do there, but honestly, he really could have kept running, and they could have gotten one pick off for no one. And instead, they trade 3 for 2.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at the kill deaths, I think maybe he thought he could afford to be a little more greedy.
Yeah, I mean, and that wasn't the worst thing to happen. I mean, they did kill. I believe they killed the Tiny there, but the problem is that you don't want deaths on your Mirana or your Bristleback. They need a lot of gold.
Yep.
And this isn't even counting the Weaver. I mean, they have a Tricore, which is going to be really strong in about the 40-minute mark. Nomgoose just wants gold, man. He just wants gold. Buying awards all day.
Things come out on the Weaver.
I mean,
There's a Sentry Ward on the Nyx.
this is interesting. The Weaver is actually going to go Desolator before Lincoln Sphere. I like this idea. It's good to get a lot of damage out early. The Nyx should be able to ultimate in. Does he have his ultimate up? No, it says the Storm Zip, and the Relocate comes in. He just melts.
They didn't even need to drop the Sentry Ward.
Nope. And the Relocate in was unnecessary, too.
Kill secured.
And we see the Ag Scepter up on Tiny, so he's very happy. Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh my.
20 minutes in. I guess that's not already.
Yeah, well, it's not a slow Ag Scepter. So now we see the Power Ranger teleports coming bottom, but I'm a little worried for NWA right now. We see Mirana Ultimate coming in. I don't know if they saw the initiation. I think they did. So a little bit of a mistake. You don't want to give away your initiation like that.
Deny that tower now.
They do get an eye of the tower, but
Still a tower down.
still a tower down. We see Storm with a haste wants to go in on this Mirana, and they could get a kill here. Arrow goes out and misses. Zip in for
Gonna pick off the Shadow Shaman.
pick up the. Oh no, he's still. Oh, there he goes. Oh, they stopped the Crystal Maiden ult. That's big. And this is going to be a team wipe, I think.
Oh wow.
It's not a team wipe. Crystal Maiden gets away, but
Get away. Weaver was never really in the fray, although trying to rotate around on him now.
yeah, that's an unfortunate engagement. But Crystal Maiden really needs to hold her ultimate until the Nyx stun comes out, because that keeps screwing her. And now that Tiny has Wisp with his what is it called? Overcharge with an Ag Scepter. These towers, if there's a mistake made, they're gonna lose a tower.
Dyer's mid tower's having technical difficulties.
Oh, the Weaver gets stunned. He's in a lot of
There's a
trouble.
sentry ward down and dust.
He's dead.
Somebody's cooking.
Wow.
How about that? Them Dyer buildings are
That's good.
Yeah, you really don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
Dyer's mid tower could use a little help.
And they're going to lose this mid tower.
Yeah, definitely.
The Dyer couldn't hang on to that mid tower.
Yeah, so that's it for mid.
Tiny truck activated.
Yeah, this is where it gets really scary against the Tiny. He's got a drums that he just hasn't picked up, but
Oh, yeah. Didn't even notice that. There.
here it comes.
Yep.
Yeah, they really need some damage items out. They need this Weaver to pick something up, and they need slightly better initiations from their supports. I mean, they've been doing okay, but, you know, they have to get their spells off or their team's just going to be in trouble. And Ping comes out on the Crystal Man dewarding, so they knew the wards were there, but they don't get they don't get the Observer, actually, so... A little bit of false sense of security could be dangerous.
Storm Spirit might find a...
He wants to.
Yeah.
He's close. Weaver's going to see him, but at the same time, Storm's going to see him. He's going to maybe jump on him. He gets the Orchid out. This is really bad. Yeah.
Oh.
And the arrow misses. He's going to get away. And Nyx is there. Oh, this is just a disaster.
Oof.
Two down. Guess what's happening to Dyer's bottom tower?
We see it relocate in. I didn't see where it dropped. Oh, right behind. Oh, they get a stun on the Bristleback. Shadow Shaman trying to do a little bit, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Bristleback definitely going to go down. 5 heroes around him, and he's done. And now we're starting to see the game get a little out of hand.
Yeah. Look at the overall graph.
Gold just skyrockets up to 7,500. XP, same thing. It's just straight up. BKB now on Storm.
Oh my, the hero level. Something else maybe worth looking at too.
Yeah, I'm-
2 supports on the Dire side. A 9 Crystal Maiden and a 7. Now 8 Shadow Shaman.
oh, and now they get the overcharge. They should be able to get a Rax here, honestly. It looks like they are going to get one.
Tiny hits. Oh, scare him off maybe?
They get a hold on Spanking, but it's not going to be enough. They hit the arrow and the call down. They actually do get the Tiny, which is good. And they might get the Nyx. They actually are going to get the Nyx. No, he gets away.
He's able to fend it out.
But Vocapel is dead. As usual, sacrificial wisp. Top tower's in trouble.
Oh wow.
They do get the deny, which is good. It looks like Blackula's in a little bit of trouble here. He is able to get away.
Out. That was a pretty amazing play, I think, by Spanking. He
Yeah.
was almost dead, and he had more balls than I would have had to try to turn that around.
Yeah, that was impressive. So Psych Tin still working on the data. No, the BKB. Excuse me, not the Desolator, which is good, but you know he needs some damage. He has enough natural survivability, or he had 25 minutes now, and the Storm has his Orchid up, but they need some damage. We see a Reaver and a Plate Mail up on Bristleback, so he can't decide if he's going to go Heart or AC first. And we see 4 mid, 5 mid for UF. They're pinging on the barracks, and we see the defensive pings come out. They get the ward down, and they know this is going to be it. Crystal Maiden Ult is down. Wards are up. I haven't seen Shadow Shaman wards yet. Maybe I've just missed them. We see a
No, you're right. I haven't seen them either.
we see a gem up on Wisp.
And this poor Shadow Shaman has just been not having a fun game.
Indeed. We see a stack getting farmed by Blackula. We see an arrow go into the Roche pit. No one there. So they're not going to Roche right now. What are they waiting for? I think they're just waiting for... Oh, an AC. They have an AC now up on Tiny.
Oof. I mean, they're just going to push mid.
They're going to push mid.
I don't even feel they need to Roche.
Nope. We do get the Invis entry from... Oh, we see Zipping by Smacking. It's not going to be enough. The Shadow Shaman Wars do go down. That's big. We see the arrow go in and miss everyone. Oh, that's a bummer. We see Nasal Goo come out on Bristleback. They're fighting outside of their base. I don't know if this is the right decision. They get a stun out. Bristleback's just going to melt. He ends up living. He wands out as runs away. Meanwhile, mid, we get Storm Spirit pulling in Mongoose. Mongoose goes down. Spanking is still fine. Justin Timberlake might die. Yep, he dies immediately. This is going to be a Rax down. Arrow misses. One Rax down. Psych Tin is trying to get away here with his BKB finish now, but they're just going to farm up these wards. We get an Observer go down here. And one set of racks down. And the GG call. So that's going to be it. About a 30-minute game. This is pretty good. So that's going to be it.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, once again, we see the power of Tiny Wisp. It just, if you let that freight train get going, it's scary. Well, guys, that's going to be it for game number 1. That's going to be a win for UF, and we will see game number 2 coming up in just a minute.